He had the ability to relate to everyday people and their challenges.
The passing of Leon Bonner is very sad news. Countless South Australians over a very long period of time used Mr Bonner's voice as a source of information. Indeed, they used the platform that Leon Bonner provided to advocate their concerns on various issues. That did result in changes for the community.
Listeners have also remembered Leon fondly.
What a sad day. Basically, I grew up with Leon in the background as a child. My father had Leon playing at all times.
His knowledge was sublime and I never got sick of listening to him. He just had a voice for radio.
The Defence Force will be testing flares at Port Wakefield on Friday, November 14 and 21. Between the hours of 8 through to 4 p.m, police have advised the community the flares may be visible from Port Wakefield Highway and other surrounding St Vincent Gulf communities. It is advised that this will affect the waters in the Gulf St Vincent during November. Pete Murray and the Living End will headline a new music festival at Tea Tree Gully next year. A Day in the Gully will take place on February 28th at Modbury's Civic Park. Tickets for local residents are $75 and $175 for others. Mayor Marika Ryan is hoping for a big crowd.
We're looking at potentially having 5,000 to 8,000 people, but we may have underestimated that because this is a first-time event of this nature. It may actually attract more. So I'm going to encourage our residents and ratepayers to get in and cash in on the very special deal that we have for them.
2 people have been arrested over a break-in at Prospect this morning. At around 8, the thieves broke into a property on Carter Street and when police arrived, the suspects were still inside their home. Allegedly, one was hiding in a large cardboard box and the other in a bedroom. Their getaway car was parked directly outside the property and inside police allegedly found tools associated with break-ins. The car was seized and a 37-year-old Elizabeth Vale man and a 41-year-old man of no fixed place were charged with unlawful possession, serious criminal trespass and going equipped to commit an offence. Both men have been bailed to appear in court on January 9. We're being urged to recycle old devices as part of National Recycling Week. The annual event, which aims to help reduce our waste output, is now in its 29th year. Mobile Musters David Robb says millions of electronic devices are sitting unused in storage.
Australians are storing over 23 million unused mobile phones in their drawers at home, of which of those almost 13 million are no longer working.
Now turning to 5AA Sport. Rain has stopped play in Hobart for day 2 of the Shield match. Tasmania led South Australia by 36 runs not long ago. The hosts bowled us out for 177. And Cricket Australia executives will meet in Adelaide today. The Financial Review reports privatisation of Big Bash franchises is on the agenda. A pair of South American nations will provide a stern test for the Socceroos in the international break. Up to 4 players receiving their first call-ups for the national team. Australian coach Tony Popovic says the unique position of already having achieved World Cup qualification allows the Socceroos to try out more players.
Yeah, I'm looking to make the squad stronger and better. And the only way we can do that is by trialling players in our environment.
Australia take on Venezuela in the early hours of Saturday morning. And in the AFLW, Justine Mills-Robinson, Caitlin Pope and Kirsty Lamb have all put pen to paper on a fresh contracts with Port Adelaide. The trio has signed 1-year deals, keeping them at Alberton next season. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Blackwood, urgent electrical works on Main Road near View Road. Blair Athol delays clearing from a smash on Prospect Road near Trigg Street. Plimpton, Carvey traffic light, Marion Road near Merengue Avenue. Jeps Cross, urgent electrical works on Grand Junction Road near Main North Road. North Adelaide, War Memorial Drive is closed between King William Road and Montefiore Road. That's for the World Volleyball Championships. They've trucked in about 50 tonnes of sand to make those courts. If you get a chance to have a look, they're super impressive. Got a camera too, Vindana Road, Paralawi. Do you or someone you care for need complex mental health support? Sane can help. Choose from a range of free digital and telehealth support services. Visit sane.org today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Defibrillators Australia, protecting hearts, keeping your business compliant. Don't risk the fine. Go to defibrillatorsausstralia.com.au today.
Cloud clearing this afternoon, sunny and a top of 24 tomorrow. Thursday, a shower or two, 24 also. Friday, a shower or two and 23. Saturday, partly cloudy and a top of 23 again. Right now, it's 17 degrees on 5AA. Let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
In your suburb.
Good evening from Port Noarlunga.
Across your state.
A sombre scene here in Bordertown tonight.
9 News is covering the stories that matter to South Australians.
We begin with breaking news tonight.
South Australian parents urged to be extra vigilant.
Because your home is our home. Adelaide is your city. 9 is your news.
Stay informed, get involved. 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
So here in Adelaide, on the second, supposed to be the day that we get to see the Emmy Award-winning, Tony-nominated stand-up actor and activist Susie Eddie Izzard. Now, that show has been rescheduled to May of next year.
To May.
So we've just got to wait a little bit longer. Susie,
I'm so sorry. I'll tell you what.
Joins me. Lovely to have you on, Susie.
It's great to be here. I better tell you why. I busted my knee and I thought I'm still coming, but the doctor said, no, you need to have a procedure. You have to get in there. And so you can't fly. Deep vein thrombosis, the blood clot thing, you can't get in airplanes. And obviously you're around Australia and New Zealand, it would be a lot of flying. And the first flight was just, it's just not too dangerous. So, but rescheduling post-COVID, everyone is a lot more up to speed on this, and I am. So I'm back in May, and then in June and July I go into my Hamlet tour. So it'll go from one to the other, and just like Shakespeare went from his comedies to his dramas, I too am going from my comedies to my dramas. But Australia will see it in the same 2-3 month period, which I think is going to be quite interesting. Get tickets for both. Now, at the moment, Adelaide, we're not quite there in a venue. I would love to be playing in Adelaide. So let's hope one can fly towards us out of the ether, because we have time. It may be that you're so popular that everyone said me, and they've all got tabs on things. But it's I'd love to play Adelaide. So that's where we are at the moment.
It would make sense if you're here. Fate has happened. The knee injury, first and foremost. We hope you recover well, and good things come to those who wait. So we're happy to wait till next year. But if you're going,
thank you very much.
Let's do both shows. Let's get your show about the remix.
Some theatre in there, or some show that's coming in, maybe they'll all have bad legs at the time. They'll say, well, we have to go. It's just suddenly come open, and then we'll dash in there. And we've New York and Chicago and London and all around the UK and San Francisco and Seattle. It's sort of 50,000 tickets we've sold now, and it's a solo performance. Hamlet is just like a number of people. Sarah Snook doing very well with her solo performances, winning Tony Awards and things all around the world. A lot of people are doing the solo performances, and you can really concentrate on the storytelling and Shakespeare's words. My comedy, of course, very Python influenced. So when I come back, if people came to both shows, if they could get to both shows, they'd see surreal comedy, which is the bottom line of comedy is to be funny. Bottom line of drama is to be truthful. They are two different bottom lines, and I have learned these, and I've pushed to learn the two. But when I was 7, I just wanted to be an actor. So this is my long curvy journey into acting, and I've been acting for 30 years now in lots of films, from Ocean's 12 and Valkyrie, and just recently Dr. Jekyll, and a load of films that I've loved doing. I broke into Pinewood Studios when I was 15. That's what I did. As Spielberg broke in when he was about 17, 18, or got off the bus and stayed in the loos. That's what he did. And his career took straight off, and mine just flatlined a bit. But as I've been saying, I have the fine wine approach to careers. It just takes a long time for me to get everything in the right order.
You have lived an extraordinary life. Just quickly, Sarah Snook, Adelaide's own too. We're very proud of her and everything that she's doing there. The beauty,
she's definitely a Sarah Snook, not Sarah Snook. It's
a
Snook. It is
tomato. No, like Adelaide and Melbourne have different words and different.
But what does she say? What does she say? It's up to her.
I think she's Snook. Yeah, no, I think she's Snook.
I'm going with Snook.
Dance. The beauty of your fan base, though, Susie, is that you're mixing up your comedy and your stories and your highlights over your long career. The beauty of your fan base, they are loyal, like from the early 90s to today, so you'll have a chance to show them and continue stories for them, but also a new group of fans that can come on board.
Well, absolutely. I mean, we've seen this as we tour around. There are a whole Shakespeare. There are people who are lovers of Shakespeare. They have come. People who are purely theatre people who come who didn't know any of my comedy. That is good because this is not a comedic version of it. Some people do get confused and think, "Oh, you've done a comedic take." No, this is William Shakespeare's The Tragedy of Hamlet. It is a family tearing itself apart and a country tearing itself apart. But it's my whole life has been building up to this, and just like early Shakespeare's were comedies. They were funny. They were rom-coms even, and then the later ones were great tragedies. And so that's the arc that I have done with my life, which a number of people have done, moving from one to the other. But I kept the other going. That's the unusual thing of mine. Some people come comedy, then they go to drama, and then they will leave comedy behind. But I'm driving both of them along. So as long as your mind is set in the right way, you will enjoy them both. Just don't expect laughs in Hamlet, because they are. The gravedigger scene is funny, but that's just before everyone dies. Spoiler alert.
Well, spoiler, we are going to make sure Her Majesty's is free for you to come and do the Hamlet, so we get to see you twice. On the remix tour, are you like, I saw a documentary once with Joan Rivers, who kept all of her jokes and her stories like in this big room full of filing cabinets. Do you have physical copies of stories that you've told on stage, or are they all sort of tightly locked away?
I have audio copies. I've sort of recorded all the audio versions, so we can go back and find it. Sometimes I have to just listen to audio copies or videos of what I've done. What was I saying about this? And they would morph. They would move. I try to keep my material mobile, molten, I called it, because otherwise it becomes a prayer, gets locked down, and you lose the life of it. So it is recorded, and so I will go, oh yes, that's where I used to go. But this is a remix, so I'm going back to classic old material, but finding new jokes in the old material, just like I think Madonna famously did Like a Virgin as a German torch song, and she slowed it right down and did it in that way. And, a number of people can do different versions of their own songs, and why not? So I'm doing different versions of mine where sometimes the jokes are going away. Oh, yes, that's where I expected it to go. And in other places, no, like Death Star Canteen goes to a different place, but goes through similar places and then ends up in a very odd place. And Daphne du Maurier comes into it, and you're going, what's Daphne du Maurier doing in the Darth Vader sketch? But then I am a child of Python, and I think the Pythons would say, yes, that's who should be in it.
But that would make sense, that you would hear jokes and stories you've told, and like anything, after the fact, you would think of another great line or another great addition to that story. So it makes sense that you would do a show like this.
Yes, it's more not that me hearing more stuff. It's more that when I'm just going through it again, I come up with stuff. It's a little weird. It's like in the play, when I'm in the playpen of in there and keeping it molten, then I go, oh yeah, we can go here, or we can go here. And so I just, as if there's this idea of playing chess against yourself. That is what any two-hander is. And in Darth Vader and the woman who is serving in the canteen, the Death Star canteen, when she is buying food. Do you know the sketch? Have you heard of the sketch? The Death Star canteen sketch? Never heard of it?
No, I don't think I've seen it.
It's one of my well-known. It's where Darth Vader says, we have won a great battle. We have destroyed something. That I will go down and eat penne alla arrabbiata. He goes down and orders penne alla arrabbiata. And the woman says, you need a tray. And he says, I do not need a tray, because he's obviously very highfalutin. I don't need trays. Well, yeah, you do. And it's like, well, do you want to fight about this? No, it's hot. The food is I see. So it's all this status into play, and it used to go in a certain direction. It became this very big silly sketch about Darth Vader in essentially a motorway service station on the M1.
Yes.
That's what I was tracking there. But now I've added other things in, and it goes in different directions. And there was Mr. Stevens, head of catering, was in it, and he came down. And now, I'm just traveling off in my mind on the seams of comedy that I can, which I do not do in Shakespeare. Shakespeare is locked down. It is the words.
Yep.
There are different versions of Hamlet, but you need to choose where you're going to go, serve the play, make sure the play works well, and then I can have an emotional corridor that I can drive down. I can take things into a different place, but I do have characters talking to each other, flipping off each other, because the audience needs to know which character's talking at which point. And I learnt that from comedy, but realized it could work in drama. And I've done Great Expectations, Charles Dickens' great story as well, in this same way to great success, it seemed, in New York and London. So I'm just taking it on now through Hamlet.
Well, you're doing all 23 characters in that. Do you get a different satisfaction to films and TV doing live work, like that immediate reaction?
Yes, it is different. It is that the great thing about film, if you do your work right, you can sit back and then it should hopefully be there. If they take those pieces, if the director chooses those pieces will live on, and you can sit at home and it's there. But whereas you don't get that, obviously, from a live performance. But the live performance, you can bring something every night. No one knows quite how it's going to land that night.
Yes.
And I treat every night as press night. So every night I'm going out. It's now performance. Next performance will be performance 206, the 206th performance. But that will be as fresh as the first one, and hopefully better than the first one, because I have learned so much and I have so much confidence on stage to stand there and say some soliloquies that are, one of the best known soliloquies, some of the best known soliloquies ever done, and one of the best known ones in the world, the To Be speech, of course.
Susie Izzard is my guest, returning in May. We're just waiting on the official date because of the injury, but we get to see you here at Her Majesty's Theatre, May of 2026. Some in the audience, Susie, may not know the sheer extent of your comedy career, in that you've toured the show in 4 languages. You can speak English and French and German and Spanish, among a number of languages. One of your tours was 45 countries and all 50 US states. Can you notice the difference with comedy? Is comedy universal? Like, is an Adelaide audience very different to another audience in Australia and overseas?
No, they're all the same if they are the audience that I'm trying, a kind of Monty Python audience.
Yes.
If you're talking about a more alternative audience, and when you say alternative, when I say alternative, I mean an audience that has seen all the standard comedy. Because when I was young, I would see mainstream comedy on Saturdays. You probably have Saturday night comedy, Friday night comedy in Australia, and people go, oh, this, and they're kind of broad jokes that's more broader. And then you see more weird jokes, off the wall jokes, surreal jokes, and you say, now I've seen loads of comedy. This is more fun, where they go into an odd place. I mean, if you've got Darth Vader having an argument with a woman at the service canteen, and he's trying to order penne alla arrabbiata, then that's odd. That's not your standard place. So that audience will be in Adelaide, and they will be in Sydney, and they will be in San Francisco, and they will be in London and in Oslo and all around the world. I just have to go find them. So it's now, we're out to 46 countries around the world. Yeah, all 50 states, as you said, and 4 languages, 3 extra languages as well as English. And in different languages, it's the same. It's the references that might trip you up. If you I was talking about Tim Tams, which were based on the Penguin Biscuit, but I believe an Australian person thought, no, we can do better than that. So they I think I've tried both, and they sound the same as well. But anyway, they're probably there's a somewhat of a difference. But if you use Tim Tams as a punchline, just straight off that, as you went around the world, people would go, I don't know. But if you explain what they were and said they were biscuits and they're chocolate and they're very yummy, and you can slice them in 2 and eat them in separately, like that's what I used to do. And then you could say, someone came at me in a dark alley, so I threw a load of Tim Tams at them, and they go, yes, I know what you're talking about, because you've already introduced it as a story element. So we use punchlines with story elements that are known in life in comedy. I hit them with a banana, banana, Kit Kat's very well known, something, anything, a branch, a banana, I said banana, that kind of thing. But or if you kind of come up with something odd or very specific to your country or your area, then you need to explain where that's coming in or bring it into the story before you use it. So those are the only, and that's the story technique. That's nothing complicated about that.
Well, we have generous audiences here because of our Fringe and our Adelaide Festival. We get to see you in May, which we're thrilled about. Let's hope we can see you in June as well, when you're here for Hamlet, the one-person show of the tragedy of Hamlet. Thank you for coming to visit us. Rest up, and we will see you in the new year. Hope the knee goes well.
Thank you very much. Great to talk to you.
Lovely to speak to you too. Susie Izzard, bombpresents.com, BOHM presents, all one word.com is where you get the tickets for the show in May. And fingers crossed, speak to the right people, hopefully in June.
This isn't your average grand final. This is the home of Speedway Showdowns, high-flying Supercross, and the first ever Supercars Grand Final. There's also a family fun zone, roaring air shows, and epic concerts headlined by Lenny Kravitz and AC/DC. This is the BP Adelaide Grand Final, where champions are made. 27 to 30 November. Kids 12 and under free with a paying adult. Buy now at Ticketmaster.
Lee Kernaghan's Boys from the Bush tour is coming to Adelaide's Her Majesty's Theatre on Friday, 14th November.
I got wheels spinning around. This is the Outback Pub reunion.
Don't miss Australia's own country music legend Lee Kernaghan performing all his hits and fan favourites when his sold-out national tour comes to Her Majesty's Theatre on Friday, 14 November. Tickets are limited. Book now on Ticketek.
Trust FIVEAA, your local independent SA family liquor store to have whatever you fancy. They've been recommending great wine, spirits and beers now for 50 years. A lot has changed, but you can still discover great labels from far and wide. And they've always been champions for the many great winemakers, distillers and brewers right here. Trust 3 generations of experience. Trust FIVEAA, your local independent SA family liquor store since 1975. 50 years of offering whatever you fancy.
Don't miss TJM's massive Black Friday sale. From November 11th to December 2nd, get 20% off all full-price TJM bull bars, protection gear, XGS suspension and canopies. Plus, score great deals on ridgetop alloy trays and canopies, camping gear and exclusive TJM offers. That's TJM's massive Black Friday sale, November 11 to December 2nd. TJM Nailsworth, Ranella or Mount Gambier. Hurry, sale ends 2nd of December.
How far would you go for your dream kitchen? And how far would you go to not deal with organising all the trades? How about 15 minutes up the freeway to Balhanna Kitchens by Design? 2, the largest showroom in the Adelaide Hills. Custom build your dream with our award-winning designers. Plus, we can manage the installation and all sub-trades at a fixed price. Balhanna Kitchens by Design. It's not too far to go to make your dream a reality. balhannakitchens.com.au.
Thinking about dental implants but feeling a little nervous? That's totally understandable. Which is why at Burnside Dental Practice, comfort always comes first. We offer gentle sleep dentistry, so you'll always feel calm and supported. Our implants are matched to your smile and made for your comfort, so you can confidently eat, speak and smile with ease. For complete peace of mind, book your implant consultation at Burnside Dental Practice in Hazelwood Park. Visit burnsidedental.com.au.
5AA Afternoons with Leith Forrest.
23 minutes after 3, the great Lee Kernaghan would join us after the 3:30 headlines with Tamira. Lee is in town on Friday, and you'll be able to see him at Her Majesty's. A few tickets left. It's the only place in South Australia that you will get Lee Kernaghan tickets because the Mount Gambier show is sold out. The one in Port Lincoln is sold out. Whale is sold out. Perry's sold out. Where was the other one? Renmark is sold out. Tanunda's sold out. So if you want to see Lee, the Boys from the Bush tour, Friday, Her Majesty. So we'll speak to Lee just after that. Complete Care, live stream, Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. A lot of people paying tribute to Leon Biner. You're welcome to join us if you would like to do that. We've got some thoughts on Kate Collins and Channel 9. We'll get to Peter in a second on that. The Premier, though, spoke today and spoke about Leon Biner.
The passing of Leon Biner is very sad news. Countless South Australians over a very long period of time used Mr Biner's voice as a source of information. Indeed, they used the platform that Leon Biner provided to advocate their concerns on various issues. That did result in changes for the community. Leon Biner always understood the power of the platform of which he was a custodian to explain to people challenges and issues, but also invite them to share theirs and take it up with public officials like myself. On more than one occasion, I appreciated the opportunity to hear feedback directly from listeners through Leon Biner's program to inform public policy responses in a way that's sort of a necessary part of the political discourse in a healthy, functioning liberal democracy. Leon's voice was powerful. It was trusted by many. He had an impact that was lasting in the state, and his loss today is right to be recognised.
Well said, Premier. Tomorrow, very special edition of 5AA Breakfast with David and Will, and also Graham Goodings from 9 o'clock. Be tuning in for that, as that was Leon's show between 9 and 12. You'll hear a lot about that tomorrow with Graham. Peter from Woodville, before we get to headlines. Hello, Pete.
How you going, Lee? All right?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sad to see that Leon's passed away, you know.
Yeah, very sad.
He was one of my favourites. I grew up with him.
Yep.
But I'm really disgusted with this Amanda Lang, whatever the name is, sacking Kate Collins.
Yeah, it's an unusual decision, isn't it? Like, I feel for everyone here in Adelaide, including management here in Adelaide. They don't want to make that call. They would have been told from head office, right, these are the people that have got to go. And imagine calling Kate in to tell her that. It's like...
Yeah, I hope she's all right, but she's one of my favourites, and she's so professional,
yep.
right? And I hope she opens up her own business and sticks it right up them, you know.
Well, all right. Yeah, well, who knows? I mean, Kate's, as you say, she's a talent,
she's a
so
professional.
she'll find her feet, no doubt.
Yeah, I can see her profession here in the paper.
Yep.
Which is done a lot of awards and journalism and all that, right?
Yep.
Maybe she might be able to open up a school and teach the young ones. Who knows? You know?
Who knows? Yeah, and I'm not sure where she will land next, Peter, but you're right. She will find her place somewhere. She's been a terrific supporter for the Little Heroes Foundation. Kate and I have hosted many events together over the years, from gala balls to women in business events to Melbourne Cups, and she's terrific at that too, so she'll be able to fall into that role. And who knows, hopefully we'll still see her on our screens at some stage somewhere. If you did hear earlier in the show, Rob McKnight from TV Black Box had a little bit of gossip on the Kate Collins front. Take a listen to this.
Here's my tip. Kate Collins, Channel 10, 2026. Mark that one in your file.
All right.
And next year when it's announced,
yes,
you can say McKnight was right.
Will McKnight be right? We'll find out. That'd be good news for Kate. Wouldn't be so good news for people at Channel 10, because it means that she's going to take someone else's role. But we will see. We'll find out with interest. 3:30 headlines on the way with Tamira. Join us on the other side. Tune into the Complete Care live stream, Facebook and YouTube. You'll get to see the legend, Lee Kernaghan.
5AA Mornings with Graham Goodings.
The cost to see the dentist. Wow. It appears that if you're here in South Australia, you're paying more than just about anywhere in the nation. A routine checkup and clean now averages $248. That's up 4.7% in just a year.
Graham Goodings.
It is surprising that dental isn't available through Medicare.
Weekday mornings from 9 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
We've all had it happen, even I have. I'm talking about that sliding patio door or window that you have to wrestle with to open and close. Luckily, Rollerco were able to get the parts I needed to fix it, and if I can do it, you can do it. For over 40 years, Rollerco have been making, fixing and supplying parts for all sorts of sliding doors and windows. Do what I did. Call into Shop 3, 26 Jacobson Crescent at Holden Hill, or visit the website, rollerco.com.au. They'll get you rolling.
Hey, are the onions done?
Not long now.
For over 12,000 South Australians, the most important meal of the day is from Meals on Wheels.
How's the soup coming along?
Behind the meals and behind the wheels are our wonderful volunteers, like our cooks who make the delicious three-course meals for our customers.
Linda, hello.
If you love cooking, we could do with you.
Oh, it smells delicious.
Become a volunteer today and help us keep the wheels turning.
See you tomorrow, Chris.
Visit mealsonwheelsa.org.au for details.
Snooze members' Black Friday early access starts now. Save up to 60% off selected mattresses and up to 40% off selected bed frames. Become a Snooze member for early access. Exclusions, T's and C's apply.
This Black Friday, treat yourself to Binge. Now just $2 for your first month. Don't have Binge? Sign up for December 8th at binge.com.au/Black Friday. Now that's satisfying.
When you call on Lamb to fit you out with solar, aircon or general electrical maintenance, here's what you can expect. A bunch of local, South Aussie Sparkies who care about finding the best solution for your home. They're dead honest and they don't do the hard sales thing. So if you're thinking about solar, aircon, or you just need a Sparky, search for Lamb. L-A-M-M. Lamb Solar. Get a free quote today.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Here's who you can support around Adelaide. Head to the Excelsior Hotel every Thursday and get $10 off steaks. The Excelsior Hotel, 110 Coghlan Street, Brompton. Feels like coming home, but better. Everyone's talking about Santa's Wonderland. Opens December 5th and it's on until December 24th. Adelaide Showground, santaswonderland.com.au.
Today's reverse ducted air conditioning systems offer so much more than just an on-off switch, which is why REQ Air Conditioning will spend as much time as you need to get familiar with all the functions and controls of your new system. It means you'll get the most out of it from the very start. No guesswork required. Stay cool, stay warm, save money and master the remote with REQ Air Conditioning and Energy Solutions. Google REQ Air Conditioning for a free in-home quote.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Tamira Francis with the 3:30 news headlines. A senior Liberal MP says her party wants to get it right when it comes to net zero. Two unions have joined forces to push back against a mega retailer's operations in Australia. ASIC is encouraging car buyers to shop around when considering taking out a loan. And in sport, rain has stopped play in Hobart for day 2 of the Shield. South Australia bowled out by Tasmania for 177. The 5AA forecast, partly cloudy, top of 17 today. Right now it's 17 degrees. We'll have more news for you at 4 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Always relevant. 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
It is always lovely to speak to my next guest. He is one of our favourites, Australian country music icon. Lee Country music icon. Lee Kernaghan joins us. Always lovely to see you, Lee. Welcome to the show.
How are you, Leith? Great to see you, mate.
I'm very well. You are near the completion. I mean, you've still got a heap of shows to do, but you are near the completion of your 40-date tour. How's it been?
Oh, mate, nothing short of epic. Just been fantastic, and every show has been like the annual general meeting of the Outback Club, show after show, and it's been a huge party, and just the support has been incredible right around the country.
We get to see you here at Her Majesty's on Friday, which is so exciting. Am I right? This is the only show in South Australia where people may be able to get themselves a ticket.
Yes, well, all shows, every single South Australian show is sold out now. There's still a few tickets left at Her Majesty's. It'll be a full house on, what is it, Saturday night?
Friday night.
Friday night at Her Majesty's.
Yep.
So it'll be a big one, and we'll be turning it on for Adelaide.
All right. I've been told there's less than 100. So skates on if you want to see the great Lee Kernaghan on Friday night. So Thursday you're in Mount Gambier. Friday you're here in Adelaide at Her Maj. Saturday you're at Tanunda. Thursday next week you're at Renmark. Then you've got Perry on Friday. Then you've got Whyalla on Saturday. You are seeing so much of the countryside.
Yeah. It's so... it's such a wonderful thing for me to do. Not only it's just as an Australian to be able to see our great country, but to get out amongst it and get a feel for what's going on, in the bush and in the cities and everywhere in between. So ultimately, there'll probably be a few songs written about it. This is it's where it comes from. It's a life spring that gives forth all the music.
I always love that about you, and Her Majesty is a great theatre for someone of your stature. That's where we want to see you on Friday night. Before we talk more about you and the show, can I just touch on, I had John Williamson on yesterday, Lee, on the show, and we paid tribute to John Laws. I imagine you would have been a great friend and supporter of Lawsy too, and him for you.
Mate, I remember getting on my bike and riding to school and hearing John Laws, his famous song come on, and it's entrenched in my DNA. So I grew up with Lawsy. And then when my career sort of started to blossom a bit, we decided that we would do these Hat Town tours, and we did them in South Australia and Western Australia, all right around the country. And Lawsy was the key driver of that. He got out behind that and promoted it and made it everything it could be, and millions of dollars were raised. And he just kept giving and giving, and he made such a contribution to the community, to Australia, and will be very sadly missed.
Yeah, it is a sad loss. That is for sure. Thank you for sharing those words. Today's also a very significant day, and one that means a lot to you, I know too, being Remembrance Day. I can't believe it's the 10th anniversary of Spirit of the Anzacs.
Yes, that song was released, I think, 10 years ago, almost to the day. And, this is such a solemn day in our country, but a day that we can all be very proud of, each and every one, every man and woman who's worn our uniform, and in particular, the 103,000 Australians who made the ultimate sacrifice and gave their lives for our country. It's a day to remember them. And Spirit of the Anzacs has become a soundtrack for a lot of these events and commemoration services around the country. And, proud to know that that's a song that belongs to Australia. and in perpetuity, all royalties, all income will continue to flow to the veterans groups.
It's amazing you do that. Like your love of servicemen and women, what they did for our country, what they continue to do for our country, and the significance there. Again, you forget because it's 10 years ago. It was the highest selling album, Lee, of that year in 2015 across all genres, like every single. So the fact that that money goes back, you know, donated to those service organisations is such a great gift for you and the songwriters.
Yep. It's you know, I tip my hat to all of the artists who sang on the album, sang on Spirit of the Anzacs, and the songwriters and the record companies and publishers and everybody who got behind it. But most importantly, to Australia and for supporting it and making it a part of the soundtrack of their lives, particularly on Anzac Day and Remembrance Day.
Yep, our own Guy Sebastian here in Adelaide, and Knowlesy and John Stevens and Jess Malboy, all of that. And then, Lee, it becomes something where it's performed at schools and in assemblies and commemorative services and ceremonies. Like, that's got to give you the most joy and pride too.
Yeah, it does, Leith. You know, it's like it's the baton's been passed on to that younger generation. And so, to have just been a small cog in a much bigger wheel, and to see that come to life in the form of a song that looks like it's going to be around for a long time to come. It's very special. But it's those veterans, it's our servicemen and women that deserve all the accolades, and I hope the song will continue to be a fitting tribute to them.
Well done. Yeah, we played it earlier on the show today. It's so great. So, again, thank you for the gift for that on this very special Remembrance Day. Let's talk about you and the tour. You have had such an extraordinary career, Lee. You're almost in that category of like you deserve to just fish or golf or put your feet up and do whatever you want to do, because 40 number ones and 40 golden guitars, arias, Roll of Renown, Hall of Fame, Australian of the Year, Order of Australia, but yet you still love it. You still give back, and it's like, if I can get on the road and see the masses and press the flesh and play your great hits, that must just be so fulfilling for you to be able to just continue to do that.
Mate, every show, there's always like towards the end of the show, there's always that quite a big mosh pit. And, you know, I get to get in there up close and personal with everybody, and we're shaking hands and kissing babies, and the whole thing is happening there. And it just feels like, oh, you know, the ultimate experience. And it's like a family experience as well. Like, it's like, these are my extended family, my damn good mates all coming together. And that's one of the great things that I love about music, Leith, is the way it brings people together. It brings communities together. It brings a whole country together, you know.
I remember the first time that I saw you live. I don't know if you remember this. You played the Saturday night concert at the Clipsal 500 one year. I was the host, and it was the funny experience ever, Lee, because as soon as I got on, people were booing me because they wanted you to get on. I'm like, I just have to introduce and you know, get the credits away and talk about the sponsors, and then I promise Lee's on the way. But you just blew, if there was a roof at the Oval in that time, like blew the roof off. The shows you do, from the intimate ones in small country towns to big mega venues with just eyeballs, like, it's just, isn't it great to be able to do that in the industry that you're in?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely awesome, mate. And that Clipsal show, you get all those V8 supercar fanatics, you know, and they love that song, Boys from Bathurst.
Yep.
I remember I played at the 50th anniversary. I did the anthem for the 50th anniversary of the Bathurst race, and Lounsey came up and shook my hand, said, "Good on you, mate." And we became great mates after that. And he went on to win Bathurst that year. So that's very much entrenched in my DNA.
Oh, it was so funny because I got on there, got booed. Then I said, "Who's here for Holden?" Then you got to cheer. "Who's here for Ford?" Then you got to cheer. Then I had to say something. Then they booed me again. And then here's Lee Kernaghan. And then the music started. I just slinked off onto the side. So funny.
Oh, mate, look, I tell you what. Well, let's hope we get to do it again one day. And we'll do a duet or something. I'll get you up on stage, and they can boo both of us.
You and I have talked about that. It is going to be my life passion now. I'm getting you to play the AFL Grand Final. How you haven't done that already is an absolute travesty. So leave that with me. I'm going to do that. You are such a great supporter of rural and regional Australia too. The amount of money that you've raised, when you for drought and for flood and for bushfire relief, etc. When you do these shows around the country, is that part of the charm too? Not just to be able to perform, but to speak to these people who are, have the country on their backs and are doing such hard work for us.
Yeah, just enormous respect, for our farming community and people who are living in remote and regional centres around the country. They do it pretty tough out there, and sometimes I think people can feel a little bit forgotten. And what I want to do in 2026 is actually get out to some of those towns that have been doing it tough. I know the first stop is southwestern Queensland, where they were just decimated by flooding, like little places like Adavale, Thargomindah, that they were almost wiped out. Well, Adavale was wiped out, and we'll go to Quilpie and some of those places out around in that Longreach area.
Yep.
And then hopefully many more sort of centres around the country, because I love to be able to get back to my roots. If I wasn't out there doing that, there'd be no Boys from the Bush, there'd be no Hat Town, there'd be no Backroad Nation. So it's all about them.
Who was it in your family that instilled that in you? Do you know, like that generosity and that giving back and wanting to support people? Was that something that you were just brought up with?
Mate, I actually think it's in everybody, particularly, like Australians are just so, so generous of spirit. Whenever there's bushfires, floods, droughts, you see the whole country comes. I think that's a part of who we are as a country. Just growing up in the Riverina as a country kid, it just feels like the natural thing to do.
And even you and I have talked recently, last time you were on the show too, what you're doing now with technology and doing, messages for people where, again, you want to give back. Like, that's, as much as you're this superstar of music, like there's that element too of charity and giving back, which is such a credit to you and your team.
Yeah, we've actually got a new app here, which is called Star Kicks, and they're sort of booting up there, and people can actually call me on my phone, and we can do a live meet and greet over the phone, like get on and say good day. Or I've been doing shout outs for weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, all kinds of things like that. So it's a fun thing. So yeah, if anybody's out there that wants to sort of hook up with me direct, jump on to the App Store or your favorite app store and get onto Star Kicks and hit me up.
It's a great initiative. Imagine what a thrill it would be to see you at someone's wedding, all the pomp and ceremony, and then up on the big screen. Here he is, the legend.
Well, sometimes it happens as a surprise. Like 21st birthdays and things like that. All the boys are standing around on around the keg getting into it, and then I drop in to the party on Star Kicks. It's pretty good.
I like the idea of your songs being used at a wedding too. That is such a great idea. You are here in South Australia. The great man Lee Kernaghan, he's here. His presence will be here for the next couple of weeks, to be fair. Thursday, you're in Mount Gambier. Sold out. Friday, now, let's get on to this. This is at Her Majesty's Theatre. Get your tickets quick. LeeKernaghan.com if you want to get your tickets, but there's hardly any left, so make sure you get those. Then you're off to Tanunda in the Barossa, then Renmark in the Riverland, Port Perry and Whyalla, and Port Lincoln, so just north of the city there, but they're all sold out too. Lee, it's always a thrill to have you on the show, and even more so to have you in our beautiful state.
Thanks so much, mate. Can't wait to just spend some time there and just take it all in. Looking forward to South Australia.
Good to see you. Let's hope your footy team goes better next year. The great Lee Kernaghan, my guest.
On the big screen with Quake Sound at Wallace. And now you can see them for less and enjoy candy bar discounts and other special member offers and freebies. Simply become a My Wallace member today. It's free, it's easy, and it's full of benefits. Go to wallace.com.au and click on Join My Wallace today. Wallace Mitcham, Mount Barker, Noarlunga and the Piccadilly. South Australia's home of big screen magic and entertainment.
Harris Scarf sale is on now. Friends enjoy 50% off full-price quilts and mattress toppers, plus 40% off full-priced quilt cover sets and sheets. Hurry, sale ends soon. Conditions apply. Harris Scarf, great brands, great prices.
Adelaide's local, trusted and truly connected talkback radio station. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Hey Strikers fans, Alex Ross here. Adelaide Strikers hospitality packages are now on sale. From open air boxes to fully catered functions, there is a perfect package for everyone. Enjoy the KFC Big Bash action in style with friends and family, impress your corporate clients or spread the festive cheer with an office Christmas party. Secure your hospitality for New Year's Eve and other games. For details and packages, visit strikershospitality.com. Adelaide Strikers, our city, our team.
If you're worried your child isn't responding to sounds or meeting their developmental milestones or struggling to listen in noisy classrooms, at Little Allied Health, we can help. We assess hearing for children of all ages and auditory processing from school age. Our professional team makes therapy fun with care tailored to your child. No referral is necessary. Visit us at littlealliedhealth.com.au. It's all the little things that make a big difference.
Adelaide, get ready for global superstar Lenny Kravitz. His Blue Electric Light Tour hits the BP Adelaide Grand Final, Saturday, November 29 at Victoria Park, Puckapuckundi. Special guests include Jet, Dem Mob and My Cherie. Lenny Kravitz, live at the BP Adelaide Grand Final. Tickets from just $99 plus fees at Ticketmaster.
South Australia, the countdown is on. By January 1st, all businesses and venues with public access over a certain size must have a defibrillator installed and clearly signed. Failing to comply could mean a hefty fine. Defibrillators Australia make it simple, with approved AEDs, cabinet signage and certification all ready before deadline. Don't risk it. Call 1300 331193 or visit defibrillatorsausstralia.com.au today. Defibrillators Australia, protecting hearts, keeping your business compliant.
Hi, Brett Ebert here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. There's a lot to like about Mawson Lakes Mazda. They'll take care of you with next day servicing, complimentary loan car, vacuum and wash. And your breakfast or lunch is on them. Your car gets the love too with their state-of-the-art service centre, brimming with top-trained mechanics. At Mawson Lakes Mazda, they'll look after your car and look after you. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
What was that? Oh, I know you're out here somewhere. Where are you?
Searching for a better night's sleep? For over 30 years, Town & Country Mattresses and Beds have helped South Aussies sleep better with custom-made mattresses and electric beds. As an aged care and NDIS provider, they specialise in high-low and electric beds. Find your better night's sleep at Town & Country Mattresses and Beds, 68 Research Road, Paraka.
5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
11 minutes to 4. Stephen Rowe, Tim Jennifer coming up very shortly with the 5AA Sports Show, our Complete Care live stream, Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for those who are watching us as well as listening to us at this time. Didn't quite feel right to do Turkey Tuesday today, being Remembrance Day, and also the sadness with Leon Biner's passing. However, we know that the great team from Turkey Flat Vineyards, who are showcasing the new Butcher's Block range, would love us to give away some wine. Just drink responsibly. We have 3 Shiraz, 3 GSM to give away. 8223 0055. Caller number 5. We would love to send you some amazing wines from Turkey Flat Vineyards, and we'll do Turkey Tuesday for you next week. Just didn't quite feel appropriate today with the sadness of today. Adam on the text said, saddened by the news about Leon Biner. Heard Leon's remarkable voice on 5KA decades ago, then on 5AD, more recently on 5AA. All class, went out of his way to help many listeners with their problems. Rest in peace. Thank you, Adam. This one from Lana says, Vale, Leon gave so much to us with your ever-large heart and soul. May your journey be blessed. Your contribution will never be forgotten. Vale to the legend. Ken and Rita asked the question, was Leon Biner the voice of Vern on Bob Francis' nightly show for many years? I think Rita and Ken, he was. I know there was some controversy where Leon used to ring a station that he didn't work at back in the day, and he would do these voices as a regular caller till someone sort of switched on the fact that it was Leon. So, yeah, he was forever sort of doing voices and sort of that kind of music radio early on, then became just a legend of talkback. So, but yes, someone will correct us if that's not right, but I'm pretty sure he was Vern back in the day. Marion says on Kate Collins, wonderful 19 years, shocked that the dismissal to do this to Kate is heartless. Another one here from Deb, who's got some choice words for Channel 9. What about Brenton? Well, again, Brenton shouldn't get shrapnel for this. It's not Brenton Raglas's fault. This is just how, sadly, business works. At the time, Kate was out of contract when they're looking to flick 50 people, and she, along with a number of people right around the country, sadly has gone, but she's a star and she will land on her feet. There is no doubt about that. I know someone who's a big Kate Collins fan, as we all are, is S. Rowe. Shocked yesterday, wasn't it, when you got the news?
Of the blue. I think it's a sign of the times. Free-to-air TV, there's too many options.
Well, that's right. That's what Rob said earlier, the fact that all of us have got streaming services now.
Stan, Binge, Paramount. There's not a night goes by where one of my kids doesn't go, have you got Binge? Have you got Paramount? And I've got them all. At the end of the month, you've got petit. How do people afford it?
Yeah, a friend of ours who you remember from here, Nova, Lisa Fernandez. Lisa and I share a Disney account just as mates, but now they've stopped that too.
That's right.
So we can't do it anymore.
Well, James had KO, and we all had KO. Now none of us have KO because he can only use it. Hey, it was Remembrance Day today, the 11th hour, the 11th day of the 11th month, where we remember...
Wearing your poppy, I see.
Those who follow it. Yeah, I always do that. I had the minute silence.
Yep.
And look, if you did forget, my middle daughter did. The others didn't. They got to the 11th hour and did. You can still reflect. And the other great thing is you can donate to the annual Poppy Appeal, which supports veterans and their families, because we're still having conflicts.
Yes.
We still have soldiers, men and women, that go abroad. So, and they do still get hurt. So the Poppy Appeal is a brilliant one at this time of the year.
Can I tell you, at 11 o'clock here at AA today, because I interviewed Paul Thompson for the Leon Biner chat, which was a pre-record because it's Paul and Mary Thompson's 59th wedding anniversary today. So I snuck it in before they went out for lunch.
Oh, to Paul, he's an absolute radio icon. Talking about icons, Leon Biner.
Yeah.
Well, at Broadcasting Hall of Fame, he got inducted. I was on his table. It was an interesting night. He's an absolute ripper. He lost his battle with leukemia. Was a smart man who used his radio position for good. He helped a lot of people. And he might not have understood the amount of people he helped, but God, his 3 hours, if you want this, he got it. He lined you up. He did a lot of work with his producer outside of ours. Yeah, Tammy Court.
Mr. Raw, Mr. Raw.
Yeah, and that's about all he could do with me. Mr. Raw, Mr. Raw. He had a unusual way about him with his humour.
Yes.
But he had a bloody good heart. And I don't care. We're all different.
Yes.
And he certainly may have been that. But God, he had a good heart.
I said that to Paul Thompson. I said the microphone was like a superpower for him because he was so shy and he was so private away from the microphone. But once he walked in here and he put the headphones on, and this will be good for the Complete Gear live stream.
Yeah.
Because Leon always wore his headphones upside down. The only person I've ever seen do that. And he used to rock in his chair a little bit.
Rock in his chair.
But he was like a superhero when he was behind the microphone. Then he'd walk out the door and he was really shy and head down. He wouldn't look at.
And he'd ask me the most peculiar sporting questions. There'd be some part of sport that he'd have a little bit of interest in.
Yep.
But he had great knowledge in it. So, and he, a bloke that's interested is interesting.
Yes.
And he was always interested. And he didn't know squat about it. But what he also did love, he understood your love and passion for your team. He didn't criticise it. He didn't understand it. That wasn't him. It was a different realm. But his capacity to get into that conversation sometimes, and the questions he asked, a couple of times he called me in as the sports, I don't know, guru,
the guru,
which I'm certainly not. When Cage left, it ended up being me, and I really did enjoy those chats on air, and you never knew where he was going to come from.
No.
But he was all over it.
Yeah, much like off air when you had those conversations. You never quite knew where it was going to go.
The conversations and some of the stories we could tell, but we're not for another time. But to his family, to his friends, to his colleagues, to people like Paul Thompson that got him into our network and saw the brilliance of that man. And he was brilliant. There is no question about that.
When premiers are coming out and talking about you, you made a difference, which is terrific.
You did. So to Leon and his family, condolences.
We will have a very special breakfast and morning tomorrow with Graham Goodings and with David and Will earlier tomorrow, also paying tribute to Leon. Before you go, what's on the big show from 4 o'clock?
Not sure. It's Timmy's opening tonight. He had yesterday off.
It's a surprise for you too.
He had a meeting with Channel 7 and Channel 9. They met in the middle, and I just want to get the results.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a bit too cryptic for you?
No, that's okay. I got it. Yeah, no, I got it. Well, it was nice to have Campo here. I found out, talking to Lee Kernigan off air today, you know who's a massive country music fan?
Who?
S. Camporeale.
Yeah, I think he is.
He's going on Friday night.
Yeah. Okay.
Lee was telling me.
Lee Kernigan.
Yeah.
What's he sing?
Boys from the Bush.
You know who'll go? Ned McHenry will go to that.
Well, sold out everywhere. The only there's less than 100 tickets for Friday night at Her Madge.
If you want me to tell you what was sold out on Sunday, a 10 o'clock, a 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock session to the Wiggles.
The Wiggles.
They are unbelievable.
Yep.
Love them.
Well, see, you're
Big
a grandfather
red
now.
Car, mate.
Toot, toot, chugga, chugga.
Yeah,
Stephen Rowe, Tim Ginnivan, next.
Coming up next, Adelaide's only local sport show. It's the very